It's Kagan Souls, and I'll be giving my final speech on my public speaking class. My final speech is going to be a persuasive speech, and it's going to be whether or not robots will replace jobs and take away a lot of jobs and reduce them, or give us a lot of jobs. And my sources are going to come from student activity, this.auid. It's going to come from Quora because I wanted to get some personal views, some personal opinions of the matter. And the other one is going to be from Forbes.com. And I wanted to be able to not only offer a public opinion, but I wanted to be able to offer an actual article that was done on what the school thinks, which is an opinion that it will, and an opinion that it won't, and then other people. So let's get started. So, first of all, what I want to talk about is, will they replace jobs? Now, from what I can gather, what I've read, they're saying robots are going to replace many and many of jobs. Now, you might be saying, well, how do they cost so much? Well, here's how. As older businesses or, businesses that have a lot more money buy these robots, it's going to become a lot cheaper for these lower grade companies to be able to afford robots, and the installation is going to become very easy. It's going to replace a lot of human labor. It's going to take a lot of jobs from humans. And that can be a very scary thing, especially if you work for a living to supply for your family at home and your needs. So that could be something that could cause some issues. Now, it can take, such as anything really, like manufacturing. Now they can build airplane parts and robotics. They don't need you to sit there on a lathe and construct it. Or say if you're like assembling food like a restaurant, they don't need you no more now. They can just take a robot and have the robot assemble the food and ship it down the line. And the only thing that's got to be there is one person to hand the food. And even maybe that might be replaced. There might be a robot handing us our food one day, which could be very, very, very weird to see since we're so used to human contact from going to restaurants. Um, and I actually have a thing for you here that was said from the Venice University, basically. That's what my first source was. So, will robots reduce human employment? Well, in the future, jobs may be based on physical effort, repetition, and might no longer be performed by humans. And that is from the Business Square Student Committee at Venice University. So they're saying that there won't be there won't be jobs like there used to be. Physical jobs and repetition of it, there won't be that anymore. It's going to be replaced by all these robots you see. And it's going to end up taking a lot of our jobs. I mean, think about it. If you work at a grocery store, you're not doing self checkouts. I mean, now they can have all these people doing self checkouts. What do they need you for? People can check out themselves because they have the machinery to do so. There's no more cashiers going to be sitting there doing your stuff. We're slowly being replaced by self checkouts. That's just a good example, I figured. Alright, so now I want to move on to my second topic. And the second thing I want to speak on is, the public opinion. What does the public think about it? So, let me just tell you what the public thinks about from Quora.com. And here's what one person said. There are many parallels in many industries. Robots are versatile and can be used in lots of applications, but so can, for example, computers. Typing Typing pools, slide rulers, paper accountants, and manual draftsmen all have been displaced. Jobs lost forever. So, you know, jobs that people loved and studied for, went to school for, they're no longer around. And that was just from a public opinion from Quora.com. He states that these draftsmen, I've took drafting class, and I know how drafting works. But can you imagine how these people feel when they went to school for years upon years and the job they studied for? It's now just being they're being replaced by robots, being told to get out. I mean, what are you gonna do? You can't fight them on it. A robot does your job better than you do because it's more precise. It can do the drafting measures better. I mean, and that's just from a public side of things. His statement clearly said he feels basically it's showing that You know, people would have went and studied things for their whole life. They're being replaced. That's just from his point of view. My third topic and my last topic is going to be on, you know, well, is it really going to replace your job? Well, the funny thing is, even though all these sites talk about being replaced by robots, there's one thing that this last one tells me from Forbes.com. And it said that even though we're going to be replaced by robots, here's something that might be of interest to you. They have predicted even though while 1.8 million jobs will be lost, a new opening will come of 2.3 million new jobs. You're trading 1.8 million for 2.3 million. That's a lot more jobs offerings in the US and will cause our stock and everything to go up. A lot more jobs. So is it really taking away jobs? Yes, it's taking away things that people went to school and studied for. But is it really pulling away from the amount of jobs? No. We're actually gaining more jobs than losing jobs. So in coming to a conclusion, no, I've stuttered a lot, but in coming to a conclusion with my paragraph, I have but one or paragraphs, I have one thing to say. So will jobs be lost? Yes. And as you saw, two paragraphs support this. There's going to be a lot of jobs lost. But the main factor they miss is the jobs that's going to be lost, are the ones these people studied for. And that actually hurts a lot because people went to school many, many years worth of education for this. All for it to go down the drain. But as far as losing jobs, we're actually going to gain more because the robotics industry is going to need more jobs. You're going to have more technical people. It's just going to create a lot of more openings. It may not be the job you went to school for, but it's going to be a job. There's going to be more jobs nonetheless. And there's going to be a lot more openings in the U.S. and as well as many other areas that switch over to robotics. So, me ending this paragraph, will jobs be lost? Yes. But will robots completely replace us? No. Because we are still the one that made them. And we still have to operate them and fix them. I would like to thank you for joining me for my final speech. I know I stuttered a little bit, but I really hope you appreciate it and you have a great night. Thank you. Bye bye.